man arrived at the hotel with $1 million, insisting on staying in room 1408. Upon hearing this request, the front desk clerk immediately processed a refund and called the manager to dissuade him. The manager offered a free night in the presidential suite, along with a 50-year-old whiskey from his personal collection as compensation. However, the man remained adamant about staying in room 1408. The manager's demeanor suddenly turned serious. He warned the man that anyone who stayed in this room would die within an hour. It was a notorious haunted room. As an atheist, Mike was unfazed by this warning. The manager reluctantly retrieved a file folder. Since the hotel's opening, 45 people had died mysteriously in room 1408, which was why the hotel had permanently sealed it off from guests. Upon hearing this, Mike became even more excited. As a horror novelist, he wanted to explore the room for inspiration. The exasperated manager handed over the documentation to Mike, explaining that the 45 deaths had occurred in extremely bizarre ways. He suggested Mike could use these records for research inspiration and recommended staying in room 1407 instead, which had an identical layout. This only heightened Mike's curiosity. He firmly insisted he must stay in room 1408 that night, threatening to sue the hotel for violating consumer rights if refused. Finally, the manager had no choice but to hand over the key. Mike turned the key and finally entered the mysterious room. Initially, everything seemed ordinary.
This is it.
He used a voice recorder to capture his thoughts and examined every corner of the room, finding nothing unusual. Suddenly, he noticed black marks in a corner. After retrieving a UV light, he discovered numerous bloodstains throughout the room. Panicking, he rushed to the bathroom, grabbed tissues to wipe the cold sweat from his body, then opened the window for fresh air. At that moment, the radio behind him suddenly started playing, terrifying Mike. He noticed chocolates had mysteriously appeared on the bed, and the toilet paper in the bathroom had been inexplicably restored. Mike was convinced this was an elaborate prank, but after searching thoroughly, he found no one else in the room. Suddenly feeling hot, Mike discovered the air conditioning had broken. He called the front desk for repairs. Soon, a maintenance worker arrived. When Mike opened the door, however, the repairman refused to enter the room. Mike had to follow his instructions to fix the air conditioning himself. Once the cooling system was restored, Mike turned to thank him, only to find the man had already left. Mike then closed the door, unknowingly missing his final chance to escape.